Hi guys, so I've got my things out here on the mat. Sorry for the long pause there. So what's going to happen is I am participating in a challenge with Thunderhorse Descendant, and that challenge is called the FOC Found Objects Challenge. Every month Randy puts out these little bags. They're $9.30, and they are just random beads from her stash, and we just take those beads and we turn them into something. Now, the Found Objects Challenge, like I said, is found objects. It's a random mix. You don't know what's going to be in your bag. This time I've got a little bottle here with a cork lid, some mixed crystals, some more, like 3 little mixed crystals here, 3 little lucite flower leaves, 2 metal, these are large hole beads. We got some hematite leaves here, lucite flowers, a cute little crystal butterfly, a pair of acrylic thick thighs and spooky vibes, coffin shape charms, pendants. And then we've got some large hole beads here that have a fabric outlay on them. I think those are really neat. And some picture jasper hearts and a little clasp. I kind of already have an idea in mind. I participated in a creative make-along with Allegory Gallery, and I made this necklace, and it's got some cocoxanite beads in it, some fire polish, some pewter owls. They kind of look sassy because the little eyes look like cat eye glasses, and it just makes me think of a sassy librarian. And then we have an owl pendant, a hand-carved bone owl pendant that I wire wrapped and put a bail on to hang as my focal on this necklace. And I have a fly that will not stay out of my office, and I apologize if it shows up in camera. Anyway, what I'm going to do is make a bracelet to match this using some of the items in my FOC to enhance my bracelet. Okay. And those items are going to be these lucite flowers. I'm going to use these to go around like they're bead caps, is my initial thought of what I'm going to do with them. And when I get it on the strand, I may not like it, so we may deviate and try something else. I plan on putting this on just simple chain, so I think that would be really pretty. And I may even wire wrap these crystals to go on that, because I think they play well with my little butterfly. I ordered the Soft Flex Wild Mushroom Kit, and I'm going to save these items for that kit because I think that there may be something in there that will go really well with these. So I'm going to set these off to the side. Okay. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this little bottle. Right now he's so cute. So I may just put him on my shelf. Might even just write a little message to put in the bottle to remind me of something. What? I'm not sure what it'll be yet. So I'll set that off to the side. I'm not going to use these leaves today. So again, set off to the side. And these large hole, I don't have a project plan with these. So I will once again put those aside. This is going to be my clasp for my bracelet. I don't know if I'll use these, so I'll put these off here on my mat. And I'm going to put these over here, and my crystals will go in my little bowl for later. All right. And now I have got some soft flex antique brass in medium wire. And here are some extra of my cacoxenite beads. So I'm going to get those out. Okay, here's the fire polish that can be found in my, oops, that was maybe a little too much. I probably don't need more than 6, so we'll just put the others away for now. And I'll put a few of the owls out as well. This bracelet is going to be pretty dainty. If I have enough supplies, I may do 2 strand. And we'll see how it goes. We'll put some of the little spacers out. And I think these little guys will act like bead caps. What I don't like is that their booties are going to be showing in between the beads. So this is why I may not like them. I may turn them into something else, but we'll see how it looks and if I like it. Okay, I'm going to work off the spool. I'm going to put these away, but I am going to turn these into earrings, because they are super lightweight, so I think they'd work really well as an earring. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one of my spacers here. And I'm going to put on a bead. I kind of want to match the pattern on my necklace, but I also don't want my lucite flowers to be super close to the end. So let me see. Yeah, okay. Let's just get this going and we'll see if I like it when it's all said and done. And I'm just pulling these right off the strand. They're not going on here in any particular order. Okay. So that is my pattern on my necklace. And now I'm going to put this smoky purple on. And let's see how I like it with one of the gemstones. Okay, let's put a spacer between that. And let's see. Okay. Let me just get some more of these beads off the strand. There we go. I think I want that owl on the other side of the flowers. So let's put an owl on. I think I want him to go the opposite direction. I do like that. Okay. Got some beads stuck together there. One. Let's do this one, two. That. And that. And that. Okay. Now, all right, I like that. Let's see what we've got here. All right. I think I want another bead in between these two flowers, just to give it a little bit more space. And I think I'm going to do the same color flowers. And I also think I want a larger bead to kind of, I'm not sure what bead I want to put on there, but I think it needs a larger bead. I might have just the thing. This bead is a 10mm something sunstone. It starts with an A, I'm not sure. But I think it's pretty colorful and it will match, it will go tone-wise with the rest of the project. And I may pull this one right here. This has got some nice chatoyancy, some blue flash going on in there. And you can see the sunstone glitter. I think that's going to play really nicely in between these beads. Kind of give me, improve my focal section a little bit. Okay. Yep, I think that's the one I want to put on there. This one that's got lots of color choices. It's this one. Kind of plays well with the Super 7 and the Cacoxenite. Yeah, I think that's going to look really nice. Okay. And let's see if I can find a purple one that's kind of cloudy like that and light purple. Let's do that one. It's very close to the same tone as the other. Okay. And I think that's gonna make it just right to fit me. Nope, I need the fire polish. All right, where's the hole? There's the hole. Let's do this white one. Actually, let's do this one with the more browns in it. I think that's much better. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, once I get that big clasp on with a nice ring, it's going to be about a 6.5 inch bracelet, and that's good. Okay, this is medium soft flex, so we shouldn't have an issue crimping this time. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, they don't have oxidized brass crimp tubes, but I've got some oxidized copper crimp tubes. And to me, they can play nicely together. Let's get that sunstone put away. Okay. And let me get out my magical crimping pliers. All right. I don't know that my medium soft flex will go through my gemstones twice, but we'll try. Doesn't look like it will. And I'm off camera. Okay, it will go in there. Just got to get it lined up right. And push the right side down the hole. Or not. Okay. I've really got to remember to get my tiny pliers in here. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's just crimp. I believe these oxidized copper crimps are by Tierra Cast. Tierra Cast owners retired and sold a lot of their molds and things to a company out of Germany. I don't know if the Germany company is going to bring back their jump rings and crimp tubes and things like that. Unfortunately, they're just not on the market anymore, and their crimp tubes were the only ones that actually matched their findings. They were the only ones that carried oxidized brass and oxidized copper. So it's very unfortunate that we no longer have that as an option. But it is what it is. You know, we will make do. And that copper does kind of stand out, but as you wear it, it's gonna melt and you're not really gonna see it. If it bothers you, put on a crimp cover. The mixed metal doesn't bother me, especially at my clasp area. Okay. And now I need to cut this off the spool. I'm going to give myself a decent working length, just because. All right. I'm going to wrap this back up and put the cap on it. And put it away. Okay. And now I'm going to feed that back through the crimp tube, through my spacer, and I'm hoping I can get that to go all the way through, at least one, so I can cut it. Oh yeah, there we go. It might actually go through two. And that's okay by me. Oh, it did go through two. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna try and pull that out. And that stupid fly just landed in my hair. I live out in the country. Bugs and irritants are just part of the gig. But my son left a door open and allowed a fly to get into my office. So, not really a fan of it. Okay, I kind of want that to match. So I'm going to pull it. And just a smidge more. Okay. Now it should match. And we're going to crimp it. And you want to just kind of crimp it, go to the opposite side, crimp it, and then go around and around and around until you don't feel it give. Because if you can feel it close up, you don't have it fully crimped. And just go a couple times around, open up, close it. Make sure you're in that little crevice inside the crimping pliers. Okay, until you have a beautiful bead. Sometimes they're messy. And you know what? That's what they made crimp covers for. So if it gets too bad, but you've got a solid crimp, put a crimp cover on it. That's my best advice for it. Okay. Pull it with the pliers here. Yeah, that's a good crimp. Okay. And I'm going to get up close and personal to that gemstone as best I can. And snip this wire. And of course it wants to play games with me. And this fly wants to play games with me. My gosh, I like bugs, but not real bugs. Okay, I've got a teeny tiny little wire right there that just did not want to cut. And I've got a fly that wants to have an appearance on my show. So that little teeny tiny wire just pulled right out. And that's okay. I'm gonna throw him away so it doesn't get jabbed into my finger. Okay. All right, and now I need a jump ring. But I need kind of a bigger size jump ring. I want my clasp to have a ring that it can have some room to attach to. So I gotta find the right size here. I really don't want to use the copper, but it would kind of go with my crimp tubes here. Okay. All right. I think this jump ring will be just fine. So we're going to use that one. Okay, my wire is a little small to go on this large of a jump ring. I think these are probably 16 gauge, maybe even a larger. Okay. All right, the packaging just says heavy gauge. I'm actually going to use 2. Because I think I want to attach my large clasp with one of these guys too. Because it's so tight. I just feel like less chance of breakage maybe. Okay, I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently. One thing I don't like about jump rings is that they can turn around and your wire can slip right through. So I'm going to use this oval jump ring instead to attach my large jump ring. It's gonna give my bracelet a little bit more length, which I really didn't want, but I just feel like if I got a good close on this heavy gauge jump ring, that oval jump ring might not go through. And my bracelet won't go through a side slit in the oval jump ring. Okay. Don't have a good close on that jump ring. There we go. Okay. We're going to put that on there. And our giant clasp here. If it turns out that this clasp is too big, makes the bracelet way too big, I've got some smaller ones that I will dig out and replace it with. But I really wanted to use this clasp that was in my FOC. Okay. Kind of a dainty bracelet with a giant clasp. Okay, so that is 6 3/4, 7 inches. I can get away with wearing that and not being too terribly big on me. But think that turned out great. And it plays nicely with my necklace. Okay. Project 1, done. Technically, FOC is done. Okay, so I have these oxidized brass tiara cast clasps. And what I'm going to do is finish up my necklace here so that I've got my completed set. And when I take pictures of my FOC, I can put them side by side to show that they match. Okay, let's get out a couple more crimp tubes. Okay. Like I said, I believe those are tiara casts, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't remember them coming in that style of bag. So, okay. Let's finish off the necklace. I was just off camera. I know I was. I don't have a second screen that lets me see what you guys are seeing. Eventually I will get there, but for right now, I don't have the funds or the place to set that up. I don't have the funds because I continue to buy beads. If I stop buying beads long enough to put money aside for some equipment, I could do it. Okay. All right, come. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, that's nice and solid. Okay. I'll trim this side. And suddenly my cutters just do not want to cut my Selflex. Okay. Side 1, done. Let's do side 2. And I like to kind of twist my necklace up so that it's nice and loose on the strand, gives it a little bit more flexibility. Prettier when it drapes. And if that is not your thing, if it ends up being too loose for you and you've got too much of a gap, you can add a bead cap and that will take up some of the space and it will just look like an extra bead. Okay, let me just tighten that up a little bit more. Stupid fly right in my hair again. If bug spray didn't make me have an asthma attack, I would totally be spraying some of my husband's fly spray right now. But that stuff I can't breathe after it's sprayed, and I have to leave the room when he uses it. Because, like I said, it messes with me and I can't breathe after it's been used. It's got to get out of the air. It's like the flies know it. They're safe in here because this one can't spray us with fly spray. Okay. Good deal, Lucille. That sucker is on there. Okay. There we go. Alright, so my necklace is perfect. It doesn't have too much space in between the crimp and the beads. And I did get them a little bit uneven, but you're not going to notice that, so who cares? It's not enough of a problem for me to take it apart and redo it. I can assure you of that. And why I just put my stuff away, I don't know. Okay. So I've been sitting here thinking about those thick thighs and spooky vibes. And I was thinking I was going to add these crystals, but I really wish I had 4 of them. So I could just put them right on the jump ring. I've got some big gunmetal jump rings here that I'm going to attach directly to the thick thighs pendant. And right after I get this clasp on here, I'm going to do that. I don't know if my clasp is backwards. I just now realized that my pendant does have a right way and a wrong way. So I guess it really doesn't matter. No, it's fine. Ugh. Okay, there we go. All right, now my necklace and bracelet are all done. I'm gonna put that over there. Okay. Here are my gunmetal findings here. Oh, these little rings might be too big. Okay, so my initial idea isn't going to work. The bead won't go on there. That's okay. I'm curious if the smaller bead will go on. So let's just put it on the ring and see what happens. If I can get a couple of these on the ring. I don't know that the hole is too small, but let's just cut this one off. Okay. I'm just, like I said, curious. It's fun to try things and see what happens. Oh, that's disappointing. It won't fit on there. That's okay. That is absolutely okay. But I have some other gunmetal findings right here. Not sure where they came from. But it's just a mix. Okay, those are split rings. That's some filigree, some head pins. Okay, these are not going to work like I had hoped they would. But let's just use those fish hooks for it. Okay. That should hang the way that I want it to. If it doesn't, I'll just add another jump ring. Here we go. Close up for me, please. Okay. Thick thighs and spooky vibes. Got a pair of earrings going on there. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to clean this up and then I'll come back and we will put together my little chain for this guy. Okay. So I have cut, I do still have some stuff on here, but I'm not sure I'm ready to put those away yet. So I've got 2 9-inch pieces of chain here, and I'm going to connect that to this beautiful charm here. And I have some 22 karat gold plated jump rings that I'm going to attach it with. Oh, and that is a way different color gold. I don't think I have another color. Actually, I might. Yeah, that one's better. We will use that one. Actually, we're going to use that one. That's even better. Oh, they're the same. Okay, we're going to use, I guess it doesn't matter. These are an 18 karat gold plated, I believe, stainless steel jump ring, and I got these from Thunderhorse Descendant. All right. And this is just simply attaching the chain to the jump ring and then attaching the butterfly. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Attach the chain and attach the butterfly. Okay, there we go. Now because this is, I might cut an inch off, but I might leave it as well. But for now, I will leave it as it is. Okay, I have got, oh, and once again, this does not match. Well, my goodness. What is a girl to do? That's one thing about gold, is that it's really hard to get the same color gold in everything that you need. Which is just unfortunate. You're gonna hear me drop the F-bomb here before too long, because this fly is really bugging. Oh, that's way too big. Yeah, those are way too big and way too brassy. Let me see what I've got in my clasp box. If I have anything gold in here. And I don't see anything. I see buttons, I see toggles, I see... Nothing gold. Not in that box anyway. Earring findings in that box. Fly on my head again. Damn fly needs to go away. Okay. I have something that may work in the interim. It's more of a rose gold color, but it's also soft rose gold. It's not in your face rose gold. So that one's not obvious. You know, I buy beads all the time and I'm realizing I do not have enough clasps. Maybe I just need to start buying clasps instead of beads for a while. Okay. Dang fly again. No, it's not terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. I kind of want a dainty clasp, and I want it in gold. But for the sake of this project, just to be done with it, I will just call it a good. Okay. And there is our crystal butterfly necklace. All done. So, and I will likely get some more clasps and replace the rose gold clasp, even though it doesn't stand out too terribly bad. but I would like something a little bit more dainty, just a little smaller to go with this because the chain is so fine. So, all right, that's what I have. So I've done the crystal butterfly. We've got our bracelet using the lucite flower as part of the focal. And super simple thick thighs and spooky vibes earrings. So 3 projects out of my FOC for now, and I have this left and what you see on the mat with the exception of the leftovers of my Cacoxenite and fire polish and owls. Yeah. Any additional pictures that I make you can see, or pieces I make you can see on the Thunderhorse Descendant Facebook page, where I will tag the FOC and Randy Brown. So, and I will probably put a set of earrings together for myself. Actually, let's just see what we got here. Huh. Let's do a Sassy Owl. And I've got a head pin right here. Let's put one of these green guys. Let's see. Let's just look and see how that is. See if we're gonna have a pair of earrings to go with our This particular headband is pretty strong, so it must be a steel headband and not brass. Okay, let's bend that back just a smidge. This is just a test. Okay. Nail-making pliers don't want to hold it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just playing. We'll see if I like it. Oh my. I don't think I like that. So we're going to scrap that for now. I might come up with something different later, but for now, that's a no-go. I think it's really cute, like this, by itself. But the Sassy Owl just doesn't go with it. Just little drops. That is cute. I do like it like that. But not so much, like I said, with the Sassy Owl. Get some dark Cacoxenite here and a flower. And I do like it just simple like this. And so, all right, well, we're gonna call it a night. And I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna take some photos and post my FOC in the Thunderhorse Descendant group so I don't forget later. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beady, good time. Please like and subscribe, comment, share, all of the things help the channel grow. And let me know what kind of things you want to see. So feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. That's where I'll see, well, that's where I'll respond privately to messages. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and hope you all have a great night. Take care. Bye now.